Rented $1 million babies. This is what we will be talking about here. But before we do that, I want to share with you another news. We'll talk about the rented babies, how they're becoming a big business opportunity for Meghan Harry. We'll talk about that more in details, and I have some bombshells. At the same time, we'll be glossing over some other news that you will find very, very interesting. Most of my viewers are not subscribed to this channel. If you're one of them, consider to subscribe. Also, follow us on Facebook. What happened? Let's talk about this particular news. What happened? This is a bombshell, guys, and this is a snub that Harry never saw coming, or Meghan never saw coming. But before we talk about this particular snub, just to let you know a few more things, we have seen how the coronation snub almost happened, and I personally believe that Meghan and Harry, Duchess of Sausages and Duke of Doofuses, they were really not invited the way the media portrayed, especially from Meghan's PR team. They were invited, but then at the same time we also know that William, he was very reluctant to have them come over. William was not really happy to see them, so what he did, we know, he actually pushed it. He asked Meghan and Harry, he demanded from both of them an answer. Are you guys coming or not? What? Are you creating drama? Don't do this. Forget about this. So obviously Duchess of Sausages, she felt this pressure coming from William, and she was like, no. I don't think he's really going to be happy if he sees me. And trust me, she is terrified of William. So then obviously she said, okay, I'm not coming. So this was a snub in a way. And also at the same time, we have seen Harry flying over, staying there only a few hours. We'll talk about that more in a second. So that was the coronation snub that almost happened. Then we have also seen how the monarchy snubbed Duchess of Sausages when the Queen was passing away. If you remember, the King, he called Harry, and also from the family members, Harry received calls that do not bring your wife over. And the reason for that was because she would create a lot more drama and the Queen would not like it to see Meghan before she passes away. Can you imagine? So we know Meghan was prevented from seeing the Queen just before she died, and so there was this snub. So what happened this time? Why I'm talking about this? Well, let's take a look at this report. Harry, Meghan, Duchess of Sausages not invited to King Charles' birthday parade. Why? Harry and Duchess of Sausages have not been invited to King Charles' upcoming birthday parade. According to a report, Harry has never been excluded. Now this is where I really want to focus on. He was never excluded from the traditional event, the Daily Mail reported, but he is being excluded this time. I'm afraid, quote unquote, it's a reflection of the state of relations at the moment, a source told the Daily Mail. When we talk about the relationship, of course it makes sense, because if you remember, as I said, Harry was in UK for the coronation only for how many hours? Some reports said 18, some said 14. The point here is that he was there and he acted as if he was doing a favor by taking part in the coronation, but we know that he was very, very thankful because it saved his brand. So when it comes to birthday parade, why would he be invited if he was not interested coming over for the coronation and to stay and to connect with the rest of the family members? What is the point of inviting him for this birthday parade? So it makes all sense that he was not invited. In fact, what we also know from reports is that he was asked by King Charles to make sure that he is staying in comfort. When he was there in UK, King Charles told the family members and he instructed all of them, when Harry is coming over, make sure that he has a place, make sure that you ask him if he needs anything. After doing all of these things, Harry, what he did not even meet him. He did not even meet any of the family members. He attended the coronation function and then right away he left. Looking at these past behaviors, I'm sure the king has decided, you know what, it is not worth it. Let's forget about him. The cold shoulder comes amid the continuing fallout from the couple's infamous withdrawal from the royal family, along with their Netflix docuseries and Harry's memoir Spare. This year's birthday parade is significant because it's the first since King Charles ascended to the throne. Would this make Meghan and Harry furious in sitting in Montecito? Of course, they are becoming livid. What are they doing? They're not inviting, they're forgetting about us.
Oh my God! What is going to happen?
Of course, narcissistic people, they never take responsibility. They never put the blame on themselves, ever. they always blame other people. So exactly same thing happening in Montecito once they found out that they are being snubbed from this birthday parade. The ceremonious event known as the Trooping of the Colour has commemorated the birthday of the British sovereign for more than 260 years. This is a long history of the monarchy. It consists of a parade from Buckingham Palace alongside members of the royal family on horseback and in carriages. More than 1,400 parading soldiers, 200 horses and 400 musicians take part in the festivities. The monarchy has history of 260 years. Can you believe Meghan tried to destroy that in just one interview sitting with Oprah? Well, she is unsuccessful, and this is why we really need to be careful what she is saying, what she is doing, because she is really challenging this status quo, threatening the existence of this monarchy by lying about them. Duchess of Sausages attended last year's Trooping the Colour, which was part of Queen Elizabeth's Platinum Jubilee weekend. However, they were not asked to be on the Buckingham Palace balcony for the official fly past that took place later that day. And the reason they did not take part in it is because, again, they were snubbed for the reason they left the royal duties. They stepped back. So guys, the point here is that it's going on for more than 1 year now that they are failing to reconcile with the British monarchy. One hand we have Harry always complaining, whining about this. Oh, they are not apologizing to my wife, they need to apologize. On the other hand, you also have the monarchy is really like, now they're waking up. The king is waking up to the fact, to the reality that this guy is absolute doofus and there is really no hope in him. So he is also doing the same thing, which is telling him, I'm gonna be tough on you, and this is just the beginning. Now, talking about $1 million money babies, let's listen to this report.
Downhill very quickly after that, didn't it? Now, as we know, Prince Harry's gone back to the United States after spending no time in Frogmore Cottage, despite what the reports are. He was at a private members club. Ridiculous to state that as well. You know, why would you go all the way out to Windsor to travel back in every day for your fight at the High Court? There you go. But we like to bring you it first here on the channel. What's interesting though now is, and this is where it does become really interesting, Harry and Meghan's children, which are now of course Prince Archie and Princess Lilibet, are worth a bomb, quite literally, and this has been spelled out to the ex-royals Harry and Meghan. Now, as you can understand, for them it's a very strange dichotomy, isn't it? Because they now have children with titles after the king graciously and rightly so granted the line of succession.
Absolutely.
But what's interesting is, if they continue, obviously, and they seemingly will, to live over in California in the United States, they could be making literally, quite literally, millions for Harry and Meghan. This can be anything from endorsements to toys, diapers, you know, garden thing related, pools, everything.
Let's talk about something else before I talk about this particular thing, $1 million kids. Okay, so we have seen her podcast failed spectacularly. The docu-series failed with Netflix spectacularly, and people from all over the world, they know that these duplicitous duos, they have absolutely no talent other than lying about their own family members to make any income. Who they now are turning to, you guessed it right, they're kids who are really not theirs. So we have a lot of questions. We need to do DNA tests before we can confirm that these are their kids. We know that these kids, they do exist according to Lady C. Collins, and I agree with that, but they do not belong to Meghan Harry. So what they are doing now is that, well, because we are a failure, utter failure, what we need to do is to tap onto this new revenue stream by using our kids. And a lot of people are disgusted, and rightly so. Why would you be using your kids to make money? Makes no sense. And at the same time, we know they have refused in the past many times to let the kid know their extended family members, to mix with them, to get to know them, to be with them, to even, I mean, with the grandfather, they did not even see grandfather. They have no idea who they are. Now they're using their kids to get all of these deals and sponsorships to make more money. What this kid what they will think when they will grow up about their parents, that my parents, they had no relationship with their parents, however they used us to make more money. I mean, this is a vicious environment and very toxic environment that they're living in, and they're growing up.
Associate selling a young brand too. Now you might say, oh, would they do this? But you see the figures, and they are eye-watering figures coming in to Harry and Meghan's office, are literally because they've now got signed with a major agency, and people know how to contact that agency. They put forward their ideas. Even just simply having a picture of Prince Archie saying he likes this jumper would be worth millions. And people talk about Meghan Markle becoming an influencer and charging a lot.
We have already seen that example being panned out when we have seen how this bike shop, they were taking advantage of this so-called Prince Archie by sending him a bike, and it came all over the news, and a lot of people are now familiar with this brand, with this shop. So if you go there next time, obviously whether you buy anything from them or not, but you at least know they exist, and this is exactly what they wanted. Meghan is getting a lot of publicity through the kids. Of course, this is going to be a very difficult situation for many people who are opposing these two duplicitous duos to not to buy anything associated with their kids, because I mean, would you hold responsible Archie, Lily for what their parents are doing? I don't think so. I don't think that will be fair to them. But this is how this has become so difficult, so confusing, and people have really no idea what to do.
But really, the true money is on Lily and Archie, and as we know already, their domain names were put together for future reference, some might say. So now, while the invisible children remain invisible, when they do become visible, once again, will it be for millions? And who can persuade Meghan, or indeed Harry, to say yes to turning down that sort of money?
We hope and pray they will be deprived of these titles, because these titles, Prince and Princess, is bringing them millions of dollars. Say one person, he commented, and she said, actually it's not him, it's her, she said that, look, these kids, they have no education in the UK, they do not know UK's history, and monarchy is a big part of the history. They are the history. Therefore, these two kids not getting any education from UK should not be getting any title, because they know nothing about their past. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one.